Hello, good morning, good morning. So we're going to be trading USD JPY today in GU. We're going to do a fresh analysis on UJ right now. So I'm just going to remove everything here. And let's see. Let's start from the higher time frames. On the daily, it looks like we got to this level of support here and rejected that area. So I'll say that this is some level of support that was reached on the higher time frames. Price looks like it wants to come up to this wick right here. So we'll see what's going on in that area. And then if it continues past that area, we're likely to get to that area. So let's zoom in and kind of see what's happening in those time frames. So yeah, we're approaching a level of resistance right here. This level of resistance is approximately let's see here, approximately 13 pips away. And then subsequently after that, we actually have a lot after that. So after this gap right here is about 30 pips. That's amazing. That's immaculate. So breaking out of here, I believe that's going to go the long run and continue to go up to this price. But if we reject this area right here, then we're going to subsequently continue down. So we're going to wait on that. Let's zoom in. So yeah, definitely we still have to get to this area. I mean, there may be an opportunity for an impulse sell like below this area, but we're going to wait patiently and see. Very patiently. So here we're looking at GU. I'm going to remove all drawing tools and start the higher time frames. When I start the higher time frames, I can see that we are still breaking lows here. When I was trading yesterday, we were breaking lows. So when we look to the left as where price is right now, we can see that price is at this level of wick, and then breaking this wick level right here, more than likely to get to either this price, maybe. So here's what I'll do. I'll map this out as a level of support. So this would be like a really strong level of support. And then let us zoom in. And what we'll do is, after breaking this level of support, looks like we have a level of support here and a level of support here. I think with enough momentum, we can disregard this one and maybe get to this one. But how far away is this one? Let's check. It's about 7 pips. This one right here is about 12 pips. So I like the idea of that 12 pip gap. So this would kind of be my take profit area if price decides to continue to sell. And if we break that area, price can get all the way to this level of support. Let's say. Right now, we won't really focus on this one at all. We don't want to overcomplicate things. We just want to keep things simple as possible. So we see here we have this level of support that was broken. It created some form of resistance as well as price is in a range right now. Price going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. So if price comes up and breaks above this area, you can see price wanting to return to around this area right here. This level of support that was broken and turn into a level of resistance. I can see that, which this gap right here is approximately let me zoom in real quick. Alright, so from where we are now, because I was also looking at this move as like an impulse move. This move right here, taking it, you get about 10 pips right here. That's about 10 pips. The only thing that's kind of like irritating me in this trade idea is all of this right here. Like it tells me that this level of price was tested multiple times before breaking up. So now we've broken up. right? And now we may be rejecting to go to the upside. I can't know for certain right now. However, it does look like we rejected this area, now we're heading down. If we get a candle print above here, then let me adjust this. See, all these levels of resistance makes it really hard for me to want to take any trades whatsoever. There's nothing clear. The only thing clear I can see is like this. And like, I mean, yeah, it's a bit of a tricky one. I guess take profit would legit be like around here. This would be my first take profit. Right now, I think we're going to continue to break this low here and sell off. So an impulse move might be available to be opened here. Time is at 6:44. We're starting to get liquidity into the market. You can see that like this previous top that was created is going to be broken, allowing price to move into this potentially new price area. Potentially. This is why you want to be patient and wait for like 1 hour to close and stuff like that. And this, technically speaking, would have been very impulsive because we have our buys above here and we have our sells below here, right? So this is actually very huge. So we have our buys above here and we have our sells below here. So like there may be the opportunity to take something impulsively, like right here, something impulsively, but it's hard to say. Very hard to say. I mean, if we got the 7 a.m. candle, here's what I will say though. If we got the 7 a.m. candle to maybe here, let me take out my arrows. Maybe come down to this level and retrace and subsequently create more, because it has resistance right here created. So this trade's actually kind of warranted. I just don't like it because we have a brand new 1 hour coming up soon. So with brand new 1 hours, I was talking about it yesterday, there's a lot of like unknown scenarios that can come about. So even though this is a good trade, I just personally don't want to take it. It's a really good trade, but I'm gonna remain patient. So this would be like textbook definition of an impulse move, because we're in a level of like a no trade area, like quote unquote, and then you have lows being broken with a level of resistance being rejected. You have the double top. This is literally impulsive, like, because essentially there's no real structure popping out of the top and no real structure popping out of the bottom. So essentially this trade, this trade is lacking structure needed in order to, especially when this 1 hour is about to close, needed to continue downwards. So one of the things that it might do, and as an example, like it's right here, one of the things that it might do is it might start showing you that it's starting to sell, and then it might just create a new candle, a little candle, and then just take you all the way up, right? So That's something that I don't want. I would much rather take sells below this level and buys above this level. So that's what I'm currently waiting on. In the meantime, let's look at gold. Gold looks like it's dumping. We're going to remove all drawing tools. We're going to go to the 4 hour, look at what level it's at. Looks like it just broke this level of support, so we'll just draw this level of support out, and then we'll zoom in. Probably going to have to zoom in again, because when you're looking at gold, essentially, you want to look at the 30-minute candles and the 15-minute candles because of how fast it goes. So let me take a look at this. So I don't believe this should retrace. I think this should continue to come down until all the way down here. Actually, I like this sell idea. Let me zoom in. We might have to wait for the hour to close and then wick back up because it's running right now, right? So whenever a trade is running, you have to say that this might have already been the trade, right? So from this break, we have about 14 pips, 15 pips. See, gold first, it toyed with you. So it created some level of support, came up to reject that level of support, then it came down, price broke that level of support, you're like, oh yeah, it's gonna super plummet, and then came up just to close above that. Like if you're in this trade ever, you want to get in, set a stop loss immediately. As price moves into break even, you move your stop loss and then you allow the rest to run, and if it comes back up, then you're fine. So the same with this one. Like with this trade right here, I anticipate it to come up. I'll draw it out real quick. I anticipate it to come up, create some form of rejection, even though we did close before that, but it closed, create some level of rejection, come back to this area, create some level of support, even if it's a small level of support in the 5-minute time frame, and then subsequently break that level of support, right? So that's what I'm anticipating. That's what I think might just pan out. So I'm just gonna just break that level of support. So I'm waiting on my hands. I don't know. Today doesn't look like a favorable condition. Yeah, this is a really good trade. However, there's like 10 more minutes left for the brand new 1 hour. I think I'm gonna make myself some tea. I'm thirsty. UJ is looking very weird, but right now it looks like it's like in this mini level of range. So that's the top of the range, that's the bottom of the range, and it looks like it's in this range. So there's no trade. It's just ranging until it breaks up and continues up, probably past this level right here. Probably past this level. Momentum right now for the UJ is to the upside. That's where momentum is, because essentially what happened was that price came down, created a high, came down again, created a high, came down, and creating highs, now retesting the previous high. If you're retesting the previous high, that's potential for it to now go into a bullish trend. Let's look at that at the higher time frames. On the higher time frames, it could do a couple of things. It could max out here, or it could continue through here to max out here. Leaving a runner, we might even actually get to around like maybe this area, let's say. But the only thing I would say about this is if we look at previous buying opportunities, we bought, sold, bought, sold. Huge dip and sell, right? So what this tells me is that we might get into a scenario where there might be a huge dip, and we don't know where that might be, so it's kind of deterring me. I like to look for things that deter me from getting into trades. How much pips is that so far? I did talk about this trade. This trade is very nice. 8 pips, my stop loss would have been at break even already. And that's the thing too, like we're in such this range that like I'm taking 1 to 2 trades per day, most likely only one. Um, so because we're in this level, because we're in this range, so here's the top of the range, here's the bottom of the range. Because we're still in this range, we don't know exactly whether or not price wants to just come range in this area and then come down. So what I'm waiting for is for the range to happen, the retrace to happen, kind of like these wicks here at the top, and for price to then subsequently continue down. If that happens, then that's like a very that's a very confident sell for me. So I'm waiting for that. I'll be right back. I'm gonna make some tea. I'm thirsty. Okay. All right, so right now I'm just waiting for my water to boil. But let's see. One moment. Sorry about that. So we have 2 minutes until the brand new 1 hour candle forms. So I'm definitely staying away from this trade right now because my trade already happened. Like the break of this low, we were rejecting that top there, and it came down 20 pips. That's a lot with little to no drawdown. This is a crazy trade. If I was in this trade, I would have been ecstatic, but I wasn't in this trade. I'm gonna learn next time how I can take this trade. I'm not gonna have FOMO or anything towards that regard. This pair breaking out of this looks really good. Again, not gonna have any FOMO. Gold looks like it may continue to sell. However, with gold is such, oh my gosh, gold is an atrocity. It will literally just take all of your money and run with it. On this 5-minute candle, it looks so good for a sell. But on the previous, look at this previous 2 candles, which means that there may be momentum to go up. Stay away from gold right now. So we are at a brand new 1 hour candle. Price is going up. This might be a wick to wick up, stay below this. So wick up to about here. Subsequently then follow to break this low. And in doing so, it can more than likely get to around this level, which is probably another like 20 pips away. 25 to be exact. So we just gotta wait patiently. I mean, if that happens, if we get a wick up and then a subsequent break of the low, I mean, I'm probably gonna take this sell. It's such a good sell. I mean, now I'm wondering in my mind, is this enough of a wick? It does appear as so. It does. In my mind, because we rejected this top, it does make sense, but we also have these levels of support, which might get broken because now we have a lot of momentum in the market. So let's see if a sell can be opened right here. Right there is the low breaks. I just opened up a sell. Let's see if it can continue down. So I'm going 1 for 1. So 10 pip stop loss, 10 pip take profit. I don't want to rush anything. And when we start to move into profit, like about 4 or 5 pips, I'm gonna move my stop loss to break even. I'm gonna move my stop loss right here, so that way it's risk free. We're moving in profits very smoothly. This is not rushed at all. We're getting a little bit of wake up, which is why you can't move your stop loss too early. We're going into a position where price is going into a drawdown. So at about 5 pips, I'm looking to remove 50% of that trade, just to be on the safe side. And so in a moment's time, I'm going to close 50% of this trade because now it's going into drawdown, which I have to be okay with, I have to be totally fine with. And I have to say to myself that there's going to be a great opportunity next time. So as this happens, I just closed 50%. So I only am in risk of 50% of this trade. I'm thinking about closing the remainder of it. Still in profits. Coming back down now. Sorry, not in profit. Still in drawdown. I mean, yeah, I'm thinking about removing the remainder of the trade right here. So I just closed that whole trade. That trade was not good. And I think that might be my trading day, to be honest with you. I want to play it safe. Yeah, so I want to play it safe. That was the end of my trading day. we took 7 pip loss on GU, and I think the reason why, and what I have to analyze, is because this move already happened. Like this move in itself, like calling this would have been very rare because we're in this like no trade zone kind of area, right? So in essence, I think if I'm going back and studying, it's gonna be that I was just in a really bad area to try to take a trade in. I should have been a bit better off in my initial analysis of selling below here and buying above here. So that's what I have to look out for next time, and just remain really patient. So what I'm gonna do here is mark up my charts. I'm gonna mark up my charts, and we've taken one trade for the day. We might be done. So buys. So we'll say potential. So buys above. Let's call this like 1.3637, and make this like 14. Maybe like 16. So we have potential buys above this level right here, and we're gonna have potential sells below 1.35755. So everything else is a no trade area. We don't want to take anything in this. It's a good thing that I got out of this, and I closed 50%. Next time, what I'm thinking is I'm gonna close my full position earlier, be on the safe side. Maybe let like only like a penny lot run. Who knows? Right now, we are just waiting on our hands idly. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get some tea, make it fully. So I think this trade didn't work, and it was one of the things that I hypothesized about, is because like here I'm coming down to this area, you have no candles here to the left. You do have like this kind of stuff here, but like from a general standpoint, and because we're breaking off the top here, so if we're rejecting here, the next candle, literally the next candle, should be the one that moves the market in such a way that it gives you 20 pips. But in essence, this will start to give you problems, so that's why I did. As you can see, there's this wick right here. So I was talking about it too. Next time what I'm going to do is I went into like 4 pips of profit and then came back up. So when it came back up at break even, I should have been closing my 5 pips, my 50% of the trade, not at 5 pips. So that's going to create a way better experience for myself later, in a sense. So that's what I'm going to be looking for later on. There may be another trade opportunity to be taken, but I think I'm going to end it early today, maybe at 8 a.m. Maybe even now. We'll see. I don't want anything rushed. I don't want any impulse moves right now. I want everything to be calm, tranquil. I see lows being broken, but we're in an uptrend, so it doesn't make sense to take a sell in an uptrend. It makes sense to take a sell here because we don't have any levels of support coming up. It's just really clear candles here to the left-hand side. But here it doesn't make sense to sell because price can just easily break back up. It doesn't also make sense to buy because candles are bearish right now. So let's check out gold. This is why I said to stay away from gold, because gold is treacherous. It'll give you momentum, but in the most part it won't. So let's see here. Oh, so this, okay. Good thing I closed my trade. Oh gosh. Always gotta have a learning experience. That's how you get better. Right after this, actually, right after I close this session, I'm gonna go ahead and hit the simulator, do some simulator trading. Look to improve always. Look to improve always. What I learned from today is that when you're looking at certain pairs, you want price to break lows, or you want price to like you want price to like actually break levels of support. Like on GU specifically, it moves so fast that you can barely even close 50%. Like I had trouble closing 50%. Not that it matters that much. It does, but not that much. But at the same time, like smooth, controlled trades are much better, much smoother. So right now we took one trade on GU. We closed 50% at 5 pips drawdown, and closed the rest at another like 2 pips after that. So total 7 pips lost only, which in my mind is a very good loss. Very good loss. And that's the thing too, like you want to have very good wins, but at the same time you want to have very good losses, because because our wins are always going to be relatively the same. So now what we got to do is we got to relatively say to ourselves, hey, you know what, if our wins are the same, we keep on losing, we're keeping that break even, like how can I like be profitable? And it's simple, just have profitable weeks. So if you have a profitable week one week, you know you're profitable, and you're already in profit for the week, I mean, just take your time, don't rush, right? Be very, very patient. I'm gonna stay away from gold right now. I'm really only looking at UJ, and UJ to me is now like a break of this top. So that's what I'm waiting for on UJ. In the meantime, I'm just chilling, you know, just having fun just watching the markets move. In essence, I can see this being my day job for a very long time, and because I can see that, I have to be that much more patient when I'm young, which I am, extremely young, and keep my head up until it's time. Keep my head down until it's time to come up. Oh, that tea is immaculate. That tea is immaculate. So right now, there's literally nothing. Let's focus on the grand scheme of things here. We're really just in this range, and it's terrible because if you can tell, price went up, price came down, price went up, price came down, created this low. Price is now coming back to retest this high. So it might retest this high, but we don't know that. It might just also come down to create a top wick and then continue down. So we don't know that. We have to let price tell us that. Looking to the 4 hour, it looks like there's enough potential for it to be able to come up to here and maybe even eventually come to here. So we are definitely waiting. We don't want to take any impulsive moves. We want the trade to come to us, and we want to be able to say, hey, you know what, we didn't it was a stress-free trade, and we didn't risk the whole account. So I've taken one loss, so I'm being extra conservative today. I was thinking about it to myself, even like the best traders lose, so I really can't beat myself up. Now, if I go and revenge trade that trade, then yeah, let me just do something real quickly. Is it done? Yes, I think it's done. Okay. If you don't revenge trade that, if you revenge trade that, sorry, then you're no better than the other traders out there who are just not successful. However, if you wait and 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 you look for your best setup, then you're not like the other people who just willy-nilly trade. What you're doing now is you're establishing some sort of grounds where you're saying to yourself, there's discipline, one, but also two, that you don't have to be stressed when you're trading. It can just be a stress-free environment where you're just sitting on your hands. To be honest with you, how it is for me exactly is I'm going to be depositing bi-weekly, and in doing so, I'm going to be growing my account to larger levels so my trades can be larger, as well as I'm taking 3 to 5 trades per week and building my account to a larger size bi-weekly, and just establishing some sort of, like, not some, an expert level of discipline will make it so my trades in the future, I can get one trade in the future at like a balance of, let's say, 5,000. That honestly, like, changes my trading career, right? So that's what I have to be patient for. I can't just be trying to throw haymakers. Haymakers are not the way to go. You just sit and wait. Especially after a loss, you just sit on your hands. You do not rush things. You just wait up to the higher time frames for You see, buying this right now just really doesn't make any sense because, like, there is the possibility of it going into this new and fresh price area. By all means, there is the possibility, but at the same time, there's also the possibility of price continuing down this downtrend. And if it does, it doesn't matter what kind of stop losses sometimes you have, it will take your profit. So you want to be patient. I'm not trading this. This looks like it's going to be a wick down and then a complete wick up. Looks really choppy. Now this here on the other hand, wow, that looks like an amazing trade. This looks like an amazing trade. What would I want it to break? This low right here. That's the low I'd want it to break in order to continue to sell. But I'm wondering if I'm being too impulsive. Am I? Is there lack of discipline in this trade? Because there's no wick here at all, which signifies that there was no retrace.
At Walmart, we have back to campus in the bag. Get electronics, dorm room essentials, fall fashion, and stationery all at low prices.
Hard to say.
Shop in-store
Very
or
hard to
online
say.
and get free shipping on orders over $35. Restrictions apply. See walmart.ca for details.
See, I didn't necessarily want to trade this because I was thinking to myself, on top of that, I just took a loss already, and that was my third trade for the week. And I'm trying to take 3 to 5, so Thursday, Friday, that's my other 2 days, so I might not even take any more trades today. But in essence, I really like the look of this trade, but I thought to myself for a millisecond, was it too impulsive? On top of that, like realistically, it really didn't break this low, so that's why I didn't get in. If I was to talk about it later, it didn't break this low, that's why I didn't get in. But in all honesty, I'm thinking if it comes up and then starts to break lows more, does it have enough momentum to push to the downside? We have the New York Open realistically in 28 minutes. Although this is a level of support, it's not a very strong level of support. I think I might be very patient in sitting on my hands. The pound is both strong. JPY is weak right now. So in that essence, if JPY is weak, you should be actually looking at buys because the dollar is strong. This trade here, again, how I'm looking at it is there's potential buys above this level and potential sells below this level. So anything in between is just banter. It's not really relevant. Now with gold, this might be like a fake out to the top side, or it might still want to respect this downtrend. Because if you see, even in a downtrend, it comes up, right? So we'll see. We'll see. This trade looks so good. This trade breaking this low here, this level of support, an impulsive option may work and it may not. Breaking this low, I do want to open up a sell here. It does look good because we were breaking lows. As an impulse option, I believe this would work. I'm just waiting for the low to be broken. I think it'll be broken very soon. So it just rejected it. I'm wondering if it is going to or if it's not going to. Is the market set up in such a way that it wants you to sell here or it doesn't want you to sell? Okay, so gold is breaking lows. So because it is breaking lows, I open up a sell in anticipation that we are going to continue to break lows. So we are going to see my stop loss is about 10 pips. I kind of don't like how it's moving. It did break lows and came back down all the way down to this point, but now it's retracing. I really don't like it how it's going. Yeah, I think that's my... Yeah, I'm gonna call that. So I lost about 2 pips only. Oh wait, actually 10, but it was at a very, very small lot size, like extremely low. Like I lost, yeah, like a dollar or two. So I think I'm gonna call that my trading day. Gold is a bit of a strange one, but however, it allows you to get into low lot sizes. Any more than this, I think I might be over trading. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open up my perspective and say that sells are able to be opened here, not here. There's just better sells here, breaking this low. That would just be my analysis here. Maybe sells to this point here. But however, if it doesn't pan out, it doesn't pan out. I need to be a lot more patient. However, gold, I just traded this for like the first day today. One, it actually went down to like a level that I was kind of comfortable with. But two, like I didn't lose anything whatsoever, really, because they allowed the lot size to be so small, and I thought it was going to be way bigger. I was sadly mistaken. I didn't lose a lot again. It was just like a dollar or two, so that was whatever to myself. Now with USD JPY, you're gonna be seeing the move set up so slow. Like everything's gonna be so slow. Everything's gonna be so slow. But there are gonna be times when there is structure in the market. So we are just waiting right now. But yeah, although people do make a lot of money on gold, I can't seem to grasp it really. Like just from like a pips perspective and a loss or profit perspective, like I mean gold makes a lot less sense than USD JPY to myself. Now what I'm doing is, and what I'm going to do is, I'm going to assess this loss that I've taken on GU, because I actually do trade GU a lot on the simulator. And GU helps me trade UJ a lot. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going back into my recorded video and say to myself, hey, what happened? What could have gone better? How could I have made myself not trade in this market? And I think this was just similar to the UJ trade yesterday. Maybe I was just being a little bit too confident. But in the UJ trade yesterday, if you go back to the video, you'll see that UJ stayed in the range the entire time and really just didn't break out of that range. So like if you want, you can like basically, and I think what I'm gonna do next time is just really just say no trade range. No trade range right here. This is a no trade range. So what I'm going to do as well is I'm actually going to be not too aggressive, but let's see around the New York Open if we can get some momentum, like a push, and let's see if we can get like a break of one of these two, preferably this one. So I'll say potential sells below 110. I'll just map that out right here. And then looking at potential buys above. I personally don't get gold. I'm not trading this, but it does look like it's gonna break the low here. The fact that I don't get gold so much, I probably won't even trade it going forward. I don't get it. Like, it's not even from a structure point of view. Like the 5-minute broke here and it broke, but I was anticipating if it hit my stop loss that I was gonna lose like at least like the lot size that I was in, at least $10, but I only lost $2, so it really just didn't make sense to me. It really just didn't make any sense, but I'm glad that, you know, it was an experience for myself and I experienced it. I can say, hey, you know, I've traded gold before, you know. And when I say that to people, I'm gonna follow up with, yeah, it wasn't that fun of an experience. it wasn't that amazing of an experience. So right now this is we are waiting, but we might also I was talking about it, we might also open up a sell below this level of support right here as an impulse entry. But we are just waiting here, just very patiently waiting. A whole lot of risk management being done here, a whole lot, just so I can lose less than intended. And let's see if there's going to be a trade here, but if not, there's not. On top of that, yeah, I would really want it to come below this area and into these areas with fresh candle as opposed to this range. The reason why is because we're in an uptrend, and I have to acknowledge that early. So we're in an uptrend. I should really be saying potential buys above 110, 169, and I should be waiting. I should be just waiting. Let's see what happens in the next 16 minutes because we're about to get the New York Open. New York Open is in 16 minutes, 8 a.m. It's gonna be. Oh, okay, so price is returning to this low, but we have the New York Open in 15 minutes. I am not going to open up anything. Let's check out news. So here we are, Wednesday, July 21st. We have a bank holiday. No wonder why USD JPY is not moving. Okay. I think nothing's gonna come about of today. I think this was the move. This was the move on UJ, and I'm waiting patiently. I am not touching gold because I don't get it. I'm happy that it allowed me to get my lot size to such a small lot size and trade in. Only lose literally $2. I'm very happy about that. Ecstatic, in fact, because people lose, like, there was probably like 30 to 50% of people out there that probably lost on gold today are people who are trying to trade UJ. Honestly, now that I've read the news that JPY is a holiday and there's way less people in the market, way less, I feel as though, you know, today will definitely be a no trade day. I'm very glad that I extended my zone of support down all the way over here. I was wondering why UJ is moving so slow, because I've been at the market for like an hour now, and nothing's really happened. An hour, 15 minutes, nothing's really happened. Again, not trading gold. Gold is no longer for me until the future, until the very long future, and when I can say to myself that I understand to a T. Breaking these lows, however, it looks like a really great sell. Also, the spread on gold is just ridiculous. Oh my gosh, I opened up a trade here on the 5-minute, and my entry was like all the way down here, and I was looking at it like, why, what? That doesn't make any sense. So like it was way too far. Like, it doesn't make sense at all. So in essence, when I take a look at GU, it looks like it bought, and then it looks like it sold, and it looks like it's trying to buy, and now it's looking like it's trying to sell. So it looks like it's in a definite range, 1000% in a range, and you want to stay away from this. And as it is very hideous. Very, very hideous. This does not look good. So here's what I will say. As we get the New York Open in 13 minutes, I have no idea what price is wanting to do. However, what I have to do is become that much more diligent. Like, you can see me moving my my zone right here, but it's because I need to focus on this exact wick. This wick being broken out of will allow price to go into this smooth area for these amount of candles if it decides to go up. And now I'm gonna adjust this to here and adjust this to here, and again we're looking for the break of this candle. Looking for the break of this candle. Ultimate patience, ultimate patience, ultimate patience. It looks like a buy right now because of the structure and how it's creating stairs. However, I am staying away right now. It's a bank holiday for JPY, and I'm absolutely positive if it's a bank holiday for JPY, we are not going to see anything on a sidebar. Congrats to the Bucks, Milwaukee Bucks, on taking the finals yesterday. Huge congrats, man. Giannis, he's unstoppable. They didn't have an answer for him whatsoever. Giannis was just unstoppable. Giannis Antetokounmpo, they have Phoenix has a center. It's Aiden. Aiden's their center, and Aiden wasn't even guarding him at all. Like, he obliterated anybody and everybody. I remember he took like a push shot from like inside the key in clutch time, and I was like, what? That went in? Man, those boys earned it. Those boys earned it. So that was my sidebar. Done with that sidebar. But yeah, just sitting idly here. You know what? 10 minutes till New York Open. I'm waiting patiently, and I'm thinking about the possibilities that can come about while we're in the market. I'm not even really looking at the market, like my screen. It's more so that I'm just thinking about possibilities in my head, based on what we have and where price might head to. So unless the dollar, yeah, you have to think about it very rationally here. Unless there's going to be a lot of manipulation here, price is expected to buy. That's just how I'm looking at it right now. The reason why I say that is because there's no momentum in JPY, so there's nothing to push it down into these areas. It's going to be that USD JPY has all the momentum and will push it up. So I'm anticipating buys here. That's what I'm looking for. I mean, with this, both the pound and the dollar are strong, so it's no telling what's going to happen. This is a terrible setup for me. This might be like an amazing setup for somebody else, but this is a terrible, terrible setup for myself. This is a no trade range. No trade range, no trade range, no trade range. I think today, for the rest of the day, I'm just gonna be sitting idly. In the future, I'm gonna have more of a chance to get into this trade when price is making a double top here, rejecting resistance, and now coming back down to break lows. And are we in a downtrend? We are in a downtrend. We're in a downtrend from an overall perspective. So that trade next time is going to be something that I'm going to look for. Not even look for, but if I see it, I'm going to seize the opportunity. So we'll see next time. And then after this live stream, I'm literally just going to go into simulated trading for like 30 minutes or something. The best part too is like at the ground stage of your development, like there's not much audience for like sure I'm gonna mess up, but like I'm not afraid to at all. Like there was a loss today that I was happy to get that loss on gold, because one, I thought I was gonna lose more, but two, because it made me learn that nothing in the markets is frightening. It's only frightening when you do bad stuff. For instance, overtrade. Like when I was done my losses today, took one loss on GU, one loss on gold, small losses by the way, which I risked, which I managed risk. I told myself, what are things that I can look at that are gonna make it so that I necessarily don't want to trade in this time. And what that does is it gives your mind a calm and allows you to see better, which is a huge resource, because then I was able to zoom out, see that JPY has no momentum, and that today can just be a relaxed day. Today can definitely be a relaxed day. Man, I feel like just pressing this X button on gold. Gold though, it looks good to watch and stuff like that. But I will be right back. I'll be right back. The rest of the day is definitely a no trade day. I'll say that much. I'll be right back. Yeah, so today I think what I'm gonna do is just literally go back and kind of just make notes based on kind of what what is gonna help me the most in terms of establishing that this would have been a no trade day. Aside from this at the top, because I think for this one we're selling high, which makes sense. We're not selling low, we're selling high. I guess that's what makes sense. Made sense. So that's what I was thinking about just recently, like moments ago. Now this would have been no trade day because like it's either gonna break out of here or break out of here, or there's going to be no trade because of this holiday. Gold, we can see here it's breaking lows now on the 5 minute, definitely breaking lows. So maybe that's the opportunity to get into for gold. Again, I like to trade the breakout, which is a lot better, a lot more stress-free too, because like this trade was lost because I didn't trade a breakout. I just on top of that, the trade for the day in between these moves that would have been the impulse one already happened. So if a move already happens, I have to say to myself, it already happened, it already happened, it already happened. As I am most likely establishing this as a no trade day, I'm gonna probably walk away. Markets, leave the live on. Let like 15 minutes of like New York Open like play out. Come back and see what happens. Maybe, who knows? I don't know. I just don't want to. On top of the fact that it's moving so slow, candles are small. Like we're only really gonna get momentum in this area and in this area, and I don't see it yet. GU is so deceiving. The price point was just here, and you can see it could have been looking as a sell. Look at this. Total buy. Yeah, so one of the biggest things is literally like okay, so this is the New York Open. I literally just right after this just want to go simulator trading. I think that'll be the thing that I want to do. I'm gonna go do something for a little bit and then come back. I'll be right back. So as we get the New York Open, whatever buyers are in the market now, or it's that the market is just naturally going up. Maybe some big baller came in the market here and decided, hey, you know what, I'm gonna push the market up, and now naturally, just as from a natural standpoint, it's now just going up. Hard to say. GU was a good buy. GU was a really good buy. All right, I'm going to call this session early today, guys. I'm gonna head out early because there's like some construction going on in my building or something like that. I don't know. I don't know why that is, but yeah, I'm gonna call the session early, guys. Thank you so much. Take care. Take care.